Well, hello there, and welcome to Live at the NABC. I'm going to be walking over toward the pond in the falls, and we've got Sharon following close by, and we got Spencer following close by, too. And I see that cam's moving. Thank you, moderators out there, but here we are today in a wonderful October day with the sun shining. Yeah, sun shining. Sharon, you know, there's the old joke that I was so bright that my dad called me son. Did you know that?
Is that like?
But anyway, we want to say welcome to Live at the NABC. We want to thank all the moderators, pod chatters, everybody that's out there, all the folks that have visited the Bear Center over this past summer or summers before. And here we stand. We got a little white stuff on the ground. We got Spencer over here, and he's going to demonstrate feeding the birds out of his hand while Sharon and I are standing here talking today. But we're excited to be here with you. We're excited to welcome you to the North American Bear Center and our live broadcast. And we're really excited to see well, there's a few little clouds in the sky, but our first really blue sky during the day. What would you say?
I don't even remember. It's been a long time since we saw that bright thing in there.
Kind of scares you, don't it?
To see the sun or to know it exists?
Well, either one. I was starting to wonder for quite a while. But we've got Sharon here today again to talk about the Bears. We will have Dr. Lynn Rogers here next Tuesday, or Wednesday, I should say, live. So he promises me he'll be here next Wednesday. But we want to talk about the Bears and their hibernation, and then we're going to have, in fact, I think Heidi's coming out here right now. Here comes Heidi. And she is the manager of the Bear Center, and we are excited to have her here, too. But Sharon, why don't you go over the Bears quick and talk about the hibernation, what's going on since last week?
Well, some a lot and some not so much. Lucky and Holly are currently coming out kind of if we prod them a couple times a day. Holly came out this morning and just glared at me like, what are you doing, waking me up? But she did come out, and they're, of course, taking just a little bit of food. Lucky will not eat grapes at this point, but it'll take him maybe 2 minutes to eat one peanut. So they're slowing way down. We saw this week at the latter part of this week. As for Ted's doing wonderful. You've seen him out and about the last couple days. We did get another weight on him, so all those folks that are trying to figure out what he's going to weigh, keep those guesses coming. We'll probably get another weight maybe at the end of this week and see what's going on. Abscess is drying up very nicely, and he is still on antibiotics. So we'll keep you informed on that, too. He is doing and looking very, very nice. As for Tosh said goodnight, and her den area now, the front of it is filling up with leaves, so she's well protected.
Well, that was definitely a quick rundown of the Bears and what they're doing in the nation. But finally, tomorrow they're talking about us being at 60 degrees up here. And I think that'll be about 25 degrees warmer than we've been pretty much for highs the last few days. So that's kind of nice to have a one 60-degree day, and I think then we're going back down to normal winter temperatures this early. But, you know, the Bears, as you notice, colder it gets and less quick, don't they?
They're they're very slow. In fact, if anybody's watching the front of Lucky's den, He's added a little weed, a growing weed, not weed, but a weed to his collection. And it's pretty funny to see this one straggly weed growing in front of him. It's not there. He put it there. I think he's telling us stay out.
Wow. Well, they know better than we do. I had a lot of times. And I did talk to one of the DNR guys just briefly today, and he said that they're noticing that they're hardly seeing any bears out even in the wild.
Yeah, I think Dr. Rogers reported he's had one. And they're young ones, of course, that are trying to fill up as much as they can before they go in.
Well, that's a good report. And we'll get a report from him next Wednesday and talk a little bit about that. And I know he'll enjoy talking to everybody out there. That's next Wednesday's broadcast. Right now, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the happenings at the Bear Center and what's going on. And we've got Heidi here to talk about our membership drive that's going on in the month of October. And so far, it's been a okay membership drive. We could do a lot better with your help out there. And we have her to talk about it. Heidi?
Thanks, Scott. So basically, like you said, we are doing our membership drive this month. If you haven't taken the time to purchase your membership, now is the chance to do it, because you're going to included with your usual package is the 2019 calendar, which features all 4 of the bears that live here. Those were pictures that were taken by Jim Stroner here on site. I think, Sharon, you worked with him during the springtime, right? When he was here, and he got some really great photos of all of the bears. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out online, there's some great pictures of the calendar there. But get that membership, and you get your free admission for a year being a member. You get 10% off of any of your purchases that you make, whether they're online or in the gift shop. And then you also get a calendar as well as a packet of other goodies that come along with that. So it's definitely worth purchasing, especially if you live in the area. We see lots of families that take advantage of that membership situation, come up and visiting throughout the different time of year. Or, again, if you're in the area and you got lots of visitors that come up north and they want to know something good to do, we find that a lot of people bring them here to see us, and that'll help save you a little bit of money in the long run.
Nice. That was a quick lip rundown of the membership drive. And one of the fun things with our membership drive is being able to look at last year versus this year and see how many memberships we've got. And we're lagging behind a little bit, but we could use your help out there. And so sign up. And also remember that you get in free for a year, right? And it supports the North American Bear Center. Yeah. Correct?
And it's a tax write-off, too, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Well, check with your local tax man. It depends on your state and where you're at, but take a look at that. And but that is a good point. You should always look at that. One of the other things we want to talk about is a big day coming up in November, and that's Give to the Max Day. And we want to just say, save the date. We need to save the date. This pond and standing behind us and some other projects are going to get a big help from that. We need it. If you take a look at the level of the pond right now, down about 9 inches. And we've had rain, we've had moisture. We've got a sump pump that pumps water into it, that's still pumping into it, and the pond continues to lose water. So the pond needs some TLC. And Spencer, myself, and John and crew, we patched it and did as good a job as we could have done to get it through the summer months. But it was taxing, really putting a heavy tax on our well, because we were pumping water out of our well system that runs the Bear Center's water to keep the pond full. And even with the rain, and we've had plenty of it, except for probably 3 weeks in late summer, and it's still, we had to shut the well pump off because we were having problems inside the store, and we have to be able to operate some of the facilities in order to keep open. So we ask you guys to save that date. It's Give to the Max Day. It's November 15th. And we ask everybody out there just to keep watching that day and tell your friends and family and everybody you can that that's an important date. You know, the other thing I'm going to talk about, and Heidi and Missy and all of our staff, Sharon, Spencer, Judy McClure, I can keep going on and on. All of our staff, all of our Deb, our store manager, and we've got all the cashiers that helped out this year, our customer service representatives. Am I missing anybody? John. We all say thanks to the volunteers out there. I mean, without you guys, it's tough. We couldn't do it. We know that. We figured it out one time. I think we figured it'd take, how many hours was it that we figured we'd have to cover if we did everything they do for us?
It's at least another, I know, 2,000 just on site. I'm not sure. That's not counting anything that's done off of the site here. I mean, there's so much that's done off site as well as on site, but just here on site, I know it's at least 2,000 hours.
And we're probably being very, very light on that. We've got one of our volunteers standing on, our bear educator standing on the balcony right now watching for Tasha. It's Mary, and she's been a great help. And she just reflects all the bear educators we've had here over the summer months and fall and early spring. We say thanks to all you guys out there. Our interns, if you're watching, we say hi. From the past, 3-4 years?
It goes back farther than that, actually. Now helping us out with all those behind-the-scenes tours.
Yeah, now we got flocks of interns, and we just really appreciate you. But, you know, we don't say enough about the people that do the job out there that we sometimes take for granted. In fact, a lot of times we do, and it's not a good thing. But at the same time, we do always think about you and think and thank, do we not?
We think about you, and we also thank you, and so does Ted.
Yeah, and we got another great day, like I said. The weather's beautiful. Again, if you're just joining us, you're on live at the NABC. And we do this every fall, and we do it for about 4 to 5 weeks usually. And we try and let you know what's going on with the Bears. We try and give you updates on things that's happening at the Bear Center. We are definitely slowing down like the Bears. Ely is starting too. I think yesterday was our lowest attendance day that we've had this year so far, except for spring. And I ain't going to tell you what that was, but you wouldn't believe it. All that I'm telling you is it didn't beat our staff size. So, but and that's not nothing to laugh about, but what do you do? I mean, we can't control the population in Ely or traveling, can we? But again, from all of us to all of you out there, we say thank you. Am I missing anything on the note, Sharon? I just want to make sure we're not missing anything.
You should cover our hours for the weekend.
It is MEA weekend this weekend, and we're going to be open through Sunday. And our hours right now are going from 9 to 4. I mean, 10 to 4. Sorry about that. All the way up till Sunday.
Yep, and there's going to be a special on-site. Just stealing this from him. There's going to be a special on-site here at the Bear Center. If you're traveling for MEA and you're coming up here and you're an educator, bring along your school identity or credentials, and there will be some savings for you in the gift shop on your purchases that you might choose to make while you're here.
Good point. Yep. There you go. There was an infomercial. I like those. Heidi, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And Spencer right over here standing by that cedar tree shaking. He looks a little chilled. I haven't seen him put his hand out yet and gather any birds, but yet last week he was. And what's going on this week, Spence? You can't get anybody?
So last week when we were out here, we were still doing some spreads and whatnot. I think that the birds know that we're not putting a whole lot of food down here anymore, so they're not around. I only saw one bird the whole time while we were out here. Last time, there was a nice flock around. So.
Oh, that's going to bring up a question. When are we going to start filling the bird feeders?
Whenever I get the okay from you and Sharon.
It's okay, right, Sharon? We can start putting food in the trays? Sharon's good. Sharon's good, so we're going to start putting food in the trays. And I think we got that other tray rebuilt so we can put food up there, don't we? We need to hook that up and start that. So, Spence just said that we're going to start filling the bird feeders, the trays, today. That's really nice of you.
2 o'clock today, they'll be full.
And just an update on that. Also, if we don't get the feeders filled, text Spencer, not me. Spencer's in charge of the feeders. But thanks out there for being part of this live broadcast. Again, next week, guaranteed for sure, even if I got to drag him here, and I'm joking, Dr. Lynn Rogers will be here, and we'll be excited, him and I, to sit and talk and take jabs at each other and have fun. I know he's looking forward to it. We Wildlife Research Institute, and so do other people too. So again, we're signing off, and we say thank you. And have a great day, and keep smiling. Bye.